Hi, it is Barbie indeed. Hope everyone is having a really pleasant evening. Maybe a little frisky, maybe a little bit cuddly. Who knows? Who knows? I'm a little bit sleepy. Anyway, as you may or may not know, maybe you're too young to know or realize this, or you're just too into contemporary culture, haven't broadened your horizons to look into, more historic pop culture, like what your parents were into maybe when they were young, because everybody's been young and gone through a teen phase, and I love teen culture. But anyway, the point is, beauty ideals, what we conceive of as beautiful, is constantly changing. Of course, there's not just one ideal, but there is a mainstream ideal, you can say. And yeah, it's always changing. So, for example, I'd say right now, in 2017, as it is, two things. There's focus on two body parts, basically. The female body, of course, we're all mostly obsessed with the female body, which I think is getting really old, because it's been going on for thousands of years. And, there are only so many different kinds of female bodies. Getting frisky over here. And, oh my God, and we've been seeing them nude since, classic art. And still, I'm like, come on, I'm getting so, tired of it. But I guess for straight guys or lesbian ladies, it's still enticing and exciting. I don't know. I really think we should start obsessing about male bodies, like, we do in the gay culture, but not nearly as much as we could or should, in my opinion. Anyway, that has to do with straight women being really boring about that in general. But, yeah. Anyhow, but if you're looking at the two main popular female body parts right now in our culture, as I perceive it, one are the lips. Everybody is putting Botox, I don't know, putting shots into their lips and filling them up until they have like a clown mouth. They don't care anymore about, in the past, in different 20s, for example, 30s, 40s, it was very detailed. 50s with the lips, how you painted them, how you did the lip liner, the cupid's bow, this beautiful little part here. Was it sharp? Was it round? Thick lips, thin lips? Were they like a little kiss pucker, or were they, more full lip? You know what I mean. And it was all about the proportions, the balance between the upper and lower lip. And I mean, it's been even all the way 90s. I'm thinking of Pamela Anderson and her dark liner, and then the lighter lip gloss. That was, I remember, very when I was young, I thought, oh, it's so lewd, it's so pornographic. But now, all those lovely skills are just blown away with the wind. Now everybody just needs the fatter lips, the better. Form, shape, definition, the way you paint them, nobody gives an S. Really, just fill them up until they're just big, like a clown mouth, a clown mouth, just an unshapely, and everybody has the same clown mouth, so they're all clowns. It's so sad, especially when it comes to some of the epic beauties of our time who now just have a clown mouth. So I don't recognize them, and it's really sad, but I'm not judging, They are under a lot of pressure, and Lord knows I don't like pressure, personally. Anyway, so there's that. So if we take a look at my lips, I have no Botox. No, but I'm being silly, and I don't have any, I have a lip gloss on, but that's it. But I'm very happy with my lips. Not too small, not too big. Perfect for kissing. They're made for kissing. Beautiful lips. Always love them. No, but they're really nice. And of course you can paint them in different ways and enhance things. Like Pamela always painted outside of the lips. Many stars have done that. I like them. I like them. I don't think they need to be any plumper. Thank you very much. And then the other one, of course, is the booty, the butt, the derriere, behind. This is also something that apparently cannot be big enough, people feel. You're taking fat from somewhere else, like maybe your tummy, you're putting it here. I don't know if they even put like maybe implants like they do in breasts, now on the behind. So we don't know half the time if somebody's ass is fake or real, if it's fat or some other substance in there. You know, and the bigger the better, the bigger the better, you know. And yes, I can see, you know, it's attractive and makes maybe booty shaking more exciting. There's more volume, more mass to deal with there. But I'm not gonna lie, some pictures I've seen of bootylicious people, like on the beach, for example, and they have maybe a swimsuit that covers the very large area. It looks, and now I'm almost sounding like Paris Hilton, but it looks like a diaper that somebody shit in a lot, like a really shitty diaper that needs to be emptied. That is, of course, in the, unsuccessful scenarios. Often, of course, it's super sexy. Oh my gosh, you know, she's so skinny, and then this giant bottom, of course it's sexy. But I'm just saying, sometimes it makes me think of a diaper, and it looks really, really gross, because diapers are really gross, especially ones that need to be changed. Anyway, this is an ideal, like this is changing all the time. Maybe young girls now and young men now, they're like, of course that's hot, it's always been hot. No, my friend, because for example, I was born in 81, so we're dealing with decades and decades before I was born, and decades after I was born, with nothing but flat ass, like even my, look, like I don't have a big booty, I really don't, but even my ass is like not as flat as the asses of like the sex goddesses of the time. All right, before I was born, who was the sexiest woman in the 70s? Farrah Fawcett, Farrah mother effing Fawcett. Did she have big boobs? Negative. Did she have big booty? No, I think she had actually zero booty. The ladies in the 70s and 80s, they had zero booty. What they would do, they'd have swimsuits and such that went up here, which gives an appearance of having hips and maybe some ass because they're showing most of it. But in reality, there's nothing. It's flat, like bony little asses, no hips, basically really skinny girls. And in the 80s and 70s, they didn't even do the implant thing. So they had like your basic skinny girl, your basic skinny girl who's like athletic, toned, thin, of course tall, suntan, important. But yeah, little bitty booties or flat boobies. Little bit of boobies or flat boobies. Absolutely flat ass, like non-existent ass. And, you know, legs for days, smile, teeth for days. Gorgeous, gorgeous feathered hair. The hair, oh my God, important. And these ladies were the sex symbol of your time. So basically the important thing was to be skinny. Skinny, skinny, skinny. And that was hot. Skinny, tall, glamorous, big teeth, athletic or whatever, anorexic. Then you are hot, you know, tight clothes, of course. And even going back, 50s. Okay, in the 50s we did have the ideal of the hourglass. So you needed boobs, you needed hips and a thin waist, but ass, I wouldn't say super important. Maybe with like, you've got, you know, of course, Jane Mansfield, Marilyn Monroe, like the really, really like sexy, dripping of allure ladies did have, you know, a beautiful behind, I'm not gonna lie. But otherwise, if you look at all the models and most of the ladies, again, it was thin was the most important. So tiny waist, if your ass is flat, that's fine, you know, as long as you're thin. But yeah, there they did like some bosom, I'm not gonna lie. I skipped the 60s, whoops. Super thin, you shouldn't have breasts, you shouldn't have breasts. You want to be thin, you want to be like kind of like a teenage girl. That's when it got like, Brigitte Bardot kind of brought that whole thing in with the whole Lolita obsession. Before then, you didn't, it wasn't mainstream to like young women or teen women like that. That was just weird and gross and creepy. You liked like an actual woman, that was hot, you know? But yeah, then all that changed and we're still consumed by that, like, ooh, is she a girl? Is she a woman? She looks like a woman, but she has the brain of a retarded child. It's so hot. She isn't even into sex yet. She's not horny, even hotter. You know, whatever. So yeah, that's when that whole craziness started. And of course, teenage girls in general, not so many curves yet. They're still developing them, if they're ever even going to have them. And so there you go. So again, skinny, flat 60s. Oh my God, twiggy, just twigs everywhere. Are you kidding? With booty? It was probably inverted. It was probably like going, you know, inwards. But yes, right now we are obsessed with big booty, big lips. And I do not have big booty, I do not have big lips. Am I sweating it? No. Am I gonna get injections and weird implants? No. And I would say my number one beauty idol, my number one muse, the one who I'd like to emulate more and more each day is Barbie doll, all right? And Barbie, even Barbie has changed. With the beauty ideals, with the fashion, Barbie has changed. So we have the original Barbie, I believe 1959 was the first Barbie release. And yeah, she had big boobs. Barbie has always been a buxom lady. Yeah, regardless of the decades, I must say. So she had big boobs, tiny waist, tiny non-existent butt, and tiny non-existent hips. All right, so you know, that was very like, yeah, everything was tiny and long legs. And of course her feet they were always ready for heels, always pointy toes, no flat feet. And then a big head, a head that's a little bit bigger than a human head is for the body, kind of like mine because I have a big, very big head like a doll. Yeah, so anyway, so she had no hips, no butt, big boobs, right? And that makes me really happy because that is my body type. My body type, all right, I'm not super tall, so I don't have legs for days, but if I wear heels like these or even higher, I do have legs for days. And yes, again, I don't have the super tiny waist, never will, but you know what? That's okay because I have the big boobs, I have no hips, I have almost no butt, and it's Barbie. Barbie's body has changed. She did have a classic body like 70s, 80s when I grew up, 90s, just very similar to the original. It wasn't until I think this past decade that they made some Barbies, you know, the curvier Barbies for ladies who are like this pear shape, you know, they're tiny up here and big down here. Made some pear Barbies. They made some petite Barbies for people who, you know, don't have curves and are short. And then they made some like really tall, no curve ladies like the models and many of the celebrities of our time. Also, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, but I'm happy that in my mind at least, I have the original Barbie body, or the traditional one. You know, since I was born in 81, I'm gonna think of, you know, the Barbies I played with. And here's this girl. Oh, let's see. So she is actually a Malibu Francie, if I'm not lying. Let's see, here she is. Gorgeous. And I'm sad to say I don't know the exact year. I think we're looking at, I should know this, but because I know the Malibu Barbies were like an end of an era for collectors. So I'm going to guess it was like the beginning of the 70s. I think it was the end of the 60s, beginning of the 70s, so probably like 71 or something. Because that was like that's like when the modern era of Barbie started, and a lot of, I think, snobby collectors stopped collecting then or something like that. Anyway, I love the Malibu Barbies most of all from the different eras. I love them from, you know, if this was the end of the 60s, I don't remember, 70s, 80s, any friggin' Malibu Barbie is a friend of mine, you know? So anyway, this girl, she's got the classic body, so she's not naked or anything. I couldn't be bothered to take off her clothes for y'all, but look at this. So we've got big boobs. And then, is that a big booty? Does that look like a big booty to y'all? If there's any booty at all, it's mostly just the clothing poofing out, right? Look at that. See? She's a top-heavy lady. Whoop, whoop. That's what they always say, that Barbie would fall over in real life because her feet are so small and her boobs are so big. She'd just like lose balance. And a, whoops, and a big head. Hello. So basically I'm Barbie. Another doll I look like many dolls. Blythe. I also look like the Bratz doll. Big old head. She actually has some nice lips on her. She's got some big lips, so that's kind of modern. But as for the booty, nope. You see anything back there? Anything going on here? So if you, like me, don't have a big booty and you're feeling kind of, you know, not sexualized enough, not objectified enough in today's culture, you know, like people aren't caring about your little behind, don't be sad, because just think of it, you're like a Barbie or a Bratz doll or a Blythe doll, and you know, small booties rock too. They're super cute. You can spank them, you can kiss them, you can wiggle them, all these cute things, you know? Yeah. So good night to y'all. Big booty, small booty people. Love you.